To start Japanese bronage, you will need a paper, first of all. White is preferable. Drawing paper, copy paper, whatever works. And then whatever leaves were collected or other objects. And some sort of thing to rub over with pigment of some kind, but not necessarily. If you're gonna like paint watercolor over like a white crayon, that could work too. So I have some pastels, like oil and chalk pastels, and you can also use charcoal. You can use colored pencil, crayon, anything that has pigment to it and that you can rub over. I also have watercolors that are optional that we can use, and water and paper towels for watercolors. So I'm going to start by using a leaf, and I'm going to put it in an area on the paper. Press it down gently, just hold the paper, and then I'm going to use this red and just pick up the details of the leaf. So you can use different kinds of pressure. I'm going really lightly here. And then you can pick up the outline of the leaf. It's fun and it's kind of magical. Okay, so for the next one, I'm going to use a different leaf. You can also take it out after, of course. You can use the same leaf again if you'd like, or you can switch to a different one. I'm gonna try this one. And you just do the same thing again where you place it under, and then you layer over it. And you can use oil pastel too, but it might be thicker and harder to see. So it's better to use a little bit more pressure, and that way you can see it more clearly. But then you can also see the marks. And just slowly get some of it. Next, I'm going to use one of the bigger leaves. So we've got this one, and then I'm going to go with brown, which is closer to the actual color of the leaf. This one's a bit less soft, so. And the texture looks a bit different due to like the consistencies of the leaf too. So that one came up a little less cleanly. So if you have something like that, you can layer it with a different one. Like I can go back to this leaf and do it in a different color. And then just go over it, and you can see the undertones of the brown through the blue. If you want, you can leave space to draw and you can decorate it at the end, but I'm not going to do that in my example. There's another one I could use. To fill this last little space here, I'm gonna go in with the red again. I think it'd be fun to do another one here on top of the brown because I like how it looks through there. So it's very intuitive, and you can do your own things with it. You can layer it however you want. Just make the piece your own. You can also switch and layer different colors. So I could do like a part oil pastel here, and I can switch to the red oil pastel. And then it kind of mixes. See, I can also use like white, blend it out. and then back into the blue. And then you kind of feel for where the leaf is under the paper because you can't see it. You can keep layering if you want, or you can stop whenever, just to get whatever kind of details. If you want it more chaotic and abstracted, or you want it to be like a representation of what the leaf actually looks like, and you want to shade it, you can do that too. So I have this, and then I'm going to go into it with watercolor. So I have a brush. I also use like different kinds of brushes and some color. And then whatever colors you think would enhance it. So for me, I need like the blue here, and I have a different shade of blue. So I'll go in with this light blue and layer into it. Just softly. Or you could use like complements. So the complement of blue is orange. So I can use orange here. And layer it. And because there's red there already too. The complement of red is green, so I can do that. But you can also use whatever colors, just anything that you think works or that you like. If you like a color, you can layer a color. And pink as well. You can also use different shades of the same color. So like see how light this orange is here? I can go in with a darker red. And layer. Just to define it a little more like in Japanese painting where it's more like crisp and like finding the different lines. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that either. The soft red. Like see, I like how that clarifies the lines down here because they're so blurry. And then you can also do a background if you like. So blue. Blur out the blue into the background with washes. So I can do like a wash of purple and then kind of put it together because of all the reds and the blue and how they layer together. Here's a purple. Can layer it out here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be leaves either, so we can do flowers, like if you want to do like a simple flower drawing, we can start with like lines in the middle. I'm going to use green, so it'll end up looking more like a succulent, but you can start with an outward curve, like a circle, almost like a leaf shape, and a light overlapping circle. You may want to use a round brush instead. That's my go-to normally, but I'm going to try with a straight one. And then you can layer into it with different colors. So you can do blue to match. You can blend it out if you don't like the shape of it. You can use more pigmented colors like this red. There's a lot of pigment to it, and try to just make the lines darker or blend out where muddy areas. Or if you want to make it more just clear, then you can do it simple like that. It's fun to layer color and see where it takes you. So if you like a color, try it. If you think it looks pretty, try it. Even if it doesn't look pretty, it's still worth trying. It's more just about recording what you see and what you feel and how you think nature looks or how you feel about nature. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly accurate. It's see the texture and the shapes of the different colors that can be contained in a leaf. Like even in this, there's like oranges and there's reds and there's purples. And you can like pick up some of those in these kind of color palettes. In all of these lines. And you can keep going or you can stop whenever. I'm gonna leave mine abstracted and keep some loose shapes. And then if you want, you can wait for it to dry and then you can do more, you can stop whenever you like. I like to blend out watercolor and have like different, so I tend to add more water, but you can also lean on less water and then you have more pigment, so basically it'll look brighter. Or you can do methods where you like do an area with water like this and then you blot in like pink, so I can like layer pink over it and then I can layer red and they blend together and you can move it, and then that has a lot more pigment to it, even though this isn't watercolor paper necessarily. Watercolor paper just handles the thickness better. And that's all.